I'm Nuthana. I am a children's doctor and I have a vision to empower and educate children to be healthy. And that's been a huge part of my one of many journey, working out how to bring this vision to life. And outside of that, another hat that I wear is that I'm vice president of the Medical Women's Federation, which is the largest body of women doctors in the UK. And I started the world's first podcast to support women in medicine, the Medical Women podcast. And I really like dancing and being outdoors and love being part of the One of Many community. Before One of Many, I was definitely living life as Superwoman because I didn't know there was another way. And particularly with the way that the NHS is structured, it survives on people being in Superwoman and Superman. I'm definitely like Hermione in Harry Potter, but there's a bit in the Philosopher's Stone in the first one where she's talking about priorities and she says, "Oh, we might have been killed or worse, expelled." And the boys are like, "Oh my God, she needs to sort out her priorities." And I think when I look back, my health was like a lower priority, which sounds ridiculous coming from a doctor, but I think you know things intellectually and then you don't actually apply it to yourself. And I was definitely putting my work as a priority above everything else. I was exhausted and burnt out. I wasn't feeling happy and fulfilled. I wasn't making time for relationships that were important to me. And I was showing up on dates as Superwoman. No one wants to date Superwoman. So it was kind of showing up as just feeling exhausted, feeling like I wasn't living my purpose in the world. I came across you and you were speaking about having impact without burning yourself out. And I remember just thinking, what? That's a possibility. You can have impact without burning yourself out. I need to find out more about this. And I joined Activate at the beginning of 2022, which was amazing. I loved what we were learning, but also just the camaraderie, and everybody who was in the community was so lovely that I definitely wanted to join Living the Change. So a huge part of the Living the Change year has been the coaching calls. I suppose people have mixed feelings about group coaching and they think, oh, well, if I'm not the one that's coached, then maybe I won't be learning. But you learn so much from other people being coached. And I think even if you're not in the exact same situation, there's some way that it can apply to your life, or the way that the questions are asked, you can then ask yourself those questions. So that's been a huge thing. I think the biggest thing has been the network and the amazing group of women that I've been able to connect with that I probably wouldn't have come across otherwise without being in the community. And the tools, I absolutely love the tools, particularly things like the cycle of creation and the wisdom process. I find them so helpful in so many different aspects of life. And I've used wisdom process in particular, I've used for decisions like what outfit shall I wear for this presentation, to do I like, should I stay or leave this relationship? Like really big questions, because I've used it for some of the maybe smaller questions that I've got the trust in the power type. So the tools are amazing. So the way that I approach lots of aspects of life is different. I'm a lot kinder. There's a lot more self-compassion there. It brought back more joy with work because I was thinking about my needs and having more boundaries and saying, no, I'm not going to do that. I was really looking after myself and modeling that to my colleagues, making sure that we were all taking breaks, getting replenished. And I could see how, from a leadership point of view, that was really helping my junior colleagues. And bringing my warrioress to aspects of things where I thought actually there's some injustice there, and I think we need to change that. And finding a way to step forward and speak up about things where before maybe I didn't really see myself as a leader. Another big thing is learning to receive. I don't think I was very good at receiving before Living the Change, and that's something that I've noticed is a huge difference. It's receiving things with gratitude and grace, and that's been lovely, like reconnecting with Queen power type. And it's just so much more fun living life from the power types than from Superwoman. I think that's the biggest thing. I'm showing up differently in all aspects of my life. When life throws curveballs at you, it's like, thank God I've got all these like amazing people in my life and these amazing tools. All of it is wonderful, and I would definitely encourage everybody to join.